So a brand new COVID variation nicknamed Cicada is currently spreading all throughout the US of A. They're saying you should get your vaccination and your booster to fight against this new bug. Will you do that? Should you do that? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a brand new COVID variation nicknamed Cicada currently spreading all throughout the US of A. I think they said it's in 25 or so states and counting. Now, of course, the advice you're going to get from these doctors on television is to get your booster, get your vaccination, and protect mama, all this, that, and the third. But the question is, are you going to do it, first of all? And second of all, should you do it? Now, you guys may or may not know, I don't know if you're new here or what, but I have never gotten any vaccination for COVID-19. No vaccine, no booster, no whatever they want to call it. I've not gotten anything for it. As a matter of fact, I had never had a flu shot before in my life. Never in my life. Never in my whole 40 plus years of living have I ever had a flu shot. The last time I got any kind of vaccination was when I was a child. I'm talking about maybe elementary school, but beyond that, I'm good. And I'm still here. I'm healthy. I get checkups. I get physicals. I take care of my body. I am good. Now, I think those who are at risk for this are very elderly, like 1,000 years old, and or those who are morbidly obese. If you weigh 500 pounds, maybe rather than getting a vaccination, you should lose about 250 pounds. That might help you a lot as far as your immunity from this ridiculous thing that's out there. And before I go any further, let's get straight to some news. Of course, I will link to everything in the description box if you want to see and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
A new COVID variant is spreading quickly, already making its way through 25 states, including right here in Nevada. 8 News Now reporter Jessamine Wolk spoke with a doctor about symptoms to watch out for and how to tell the difference between COVID and seasonal allergies.
Let's pause. Some of y'all are sneezing and coughing and it's a little bit congested right there. Well, it is about to be April and it is springtime. So it's a thing called pollen that happens. That could be why you're sneezing and coughing and whatnot, not because you got COVID, but I digress.
Dr. Mark J. Kahn with the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine says this latest COVID mutation is part of the Omicron family.
Over time, viruses tend to become more infectious.
Although there are no confirmed human cases in Nevada yet, he says the variant has been detected in the state's wastewater. He adds this strain may be more contagious.
We don't yet know if it can evade the vaccine, but we're worried that it can.
The new variant arrives right as allergy season picks up, making it harder to tell which is causing your symptoms. Sneezing and runny eyes can happen with both.
Infections like COVID have some of those symptoms, but also tend to have sore throat and fever.
He also says how long you feel sick can help you tell them apart.
I mean, at a certain point, is it allergies? Is it the flu? What's really going on? And is there a vaccine for allergies? I don't think so, but I digress.
COVID tend to last over a relatively short duration, maybe up to 2 weeks. Allergies will persist untreated throughout the duration of the season.
Families enjoying a beautiful day at the park, but something they can't avoid, pollen.
For many, seasonal allergies are nothing new. Stacy Loazo says she experiences it every year, but her husband gets it much worse.
Almost like flu, like he gets the bad nose, intense congestion, intense headaches.
So how do they know when it's allergies or something more?
For me, I don't. I mean, if I get anything more than the runny nose, then I'm going to assume I'm sick. Other than that, I just keep the tissues and keep it pushing.
Another park goer, Steve Simons, says he takes long daily walks outside despite allergy season.
My wife has some, but seems like as we get older, hers is less and less.
When asked if a new
You know what? My man right here has the right idea. You're taking long walks outside. You're exposing yourself to it. Now, that's what I've always been outside taking long walks. I don't get allergies. I mean, I get a little bit, I guess I could tell that it's spring. But people talking about, I got to take Claritin and Zyrtec or whatever you take. I've never done that before in my life. never taken any of those drugs, never had a flu shot or a COVID vaccine. And I'm fine, but maybe that's just me, my genetics. I don't know everybody's situation.
As some, but seems like as we get older, hers is less and less.
When asked if a new COVID variant would change his routine,
Oh no, I walked all through COVID.
saying he'll take precautions when he can.
I just kind of don't breathe if I pass somebody.
Dr. Khan recommends over-the-counter options like nasal sprays to help manage seasonal allergies. But if you're feeling sick, of course, stay home.
There we go. Yeah, so if you're feeling sick, how about just some old school remedies? A little bit of, like, I'll tell you one thing that works. Get some hot tea and some Manuka honey. I recommend oolong tea, hot oolong tea in the bag. Don't get no, fruit drink from the store. Get a tea bag, boil some water in a pot or a kettle, pour it into a mug, a coffee mug or something like this, a porcelain mug, and then get a spoonful of Manuka honey, medical grade Manuka honey. You get it from a vitamin store, maybe even the Publix or something like this. Okay. Now we got a little bit more here.
So a
little bit more news coverage on the situation. This is going to be ABC News.
So a new COVID variant, BA3.2, is going around. What do we need to know about that?
So this has actually been detected for a little bit over a year. Some scientists are nicknaming it the Cicada variant. And similar to other variants you and I talked about years ago, Diane, it has mutations on the spike protein. So those are those spikes on the outside of the virus. And what scientists are looking at is whether or not this has the ability to evade previous immunity or make the current vaccine less effective against this. But the really important note is that COVID cases are down, hospitalizations are down. There's no early sign that this variant, BA32, is causing more severe illness than any others. It's just beating out the other competing viruses. This is what viruses do. If anything, this should remind people that this is why genomic surveillance systems, our science systems, are so important, because they're tracking wastewater and they're tracking COVID variants, even if they are not at the top of news charts.
So a new COVID.
All right, there we go. Again, that's ABC News Live. I believe I have one more here. This is going to be a News Force. I've not heard of these guys, but let's see what they got to say. Let's see what's going on with News Force. If they have anything else to bring to the table.
A new COVID-19 variant is spreading, and it has a name that is either poetic or deeply unsettling, depending on your relationship with both pandemics and large insects. BA3.2, nicknamed Cicada, was first detected in South Africa in November of 2024.
That's very interesting. So why are we just not hearing about it in 2026? Also, Cicada is supposed to be some kind of intimidating thing. I mean, you might as well call it Bin Laden or Beetlejuice or Bigfoot or something like this. But again, I digress.
Appeared in a traveler entering the United States in June of 2025 and has been quietly spreading through wastewater samples ever since. The CDC began formally tracking it in March after routine surveillance detected a steady climb in cases. As of mid-February, it has been found in wastewater samples at 132 sites across at least 25 states and has been reported in over 20 countries. In Germany and some Northern European countries, it already accounts for about 30% of COVID sequences. The Cicada nickname comes from the way it stayed underground and largely undetected for months after initial discovery, the same dormancy pattern as the periodical cicadas that emerge every 13 or 17 years.
Let's pause for a second. Now, this whole thing about it being underground, okay, if it's been underground and undetected, people had it. So if it's in the water, that means people had it, and they probably didn't even know it. It might have just been a code or something like this. So is it even a threat? That's my question. Are we being told about this now to just have the motivation to go out there and get the vaccination? Like, what is the purpose of telling us about this when clearly it's not even really a threat?
Make an enormous amount of noise and then disappear again. Scientists are hoping for the first half of that comparison and not the second. The variant has 70 to 75 mutations that make it genetically distinct from the JN1 lineage that has been the source of dominant U.S. strains for 2 years. That degree of divergence is significant. It means immunity built up from previous infections or current vaccines may be less effective at preventing infection with Cicada than it was against earlier variants.
I'm gonna pause right here. So if the vaccines will be less effective, and if this particular virus has stayed underground, yet people had it because it's in the wastewater, then clearly, from what I'm able to see, and look, I'm no rocket scientist or a scientist at all. I'm just a regular guy, just giving my opinion. It does not appear to be a threat. It doesn't matter what you name it. Cicada, Bigfoot, Bin Laden, Beetlejuice, Candyman, who cares? Now, look, as I close, I'm going to say this. Shout out to everybody out there who has not gotten the vaccination. Shout out to all my vax-free peoples out there. Y'all know who you are. If you have the vax, I'm so sorry. I understand. Maybe you did that. You got a job. Okay, I get it. Hopefully you did not make the same mistake twice. But this right here should not be alarm for anyone to go out there and get the vaccination. I mean, if you want to go ahead. It's your life. Live it. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just saying, don't see a news story like this and say, hey, you know what? Now's a great time to get the vaccination. I don't think so. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion on this brand new COVID variation called Cicada? Is it alarming? Not alarming? Big deal? Not a big deal? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I am not moved. I am not intimidated. I am not anything about this news. Nothing at all. But I've been seeing it, and I'm seeing quite a few stories, so I see the play. The play, in my opinion, is, hey, y'all go out there and get this shot. Come on now, let's do it. My thing is, okay, if there's an ulterior motive here to have us get this vaccination, just say that. You're not going to convince guys like me and many of you guys out there watching to get the vaccination based on this strain that does not appear to be in any kind of way a threat. You're not going to make that happen. So just tell us the truth. If there's something in that vaccine that'll benefit us in a different way, aside from this virus, which has no threat, then just say that. If it's not, then this kind of marketing will simply not work. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.